Hi everybody, it's Colin here from Woodthorpe International. I've always said in my videos that you can run trains manually, and one of the things you can do is run trains round while there's trains running on automation. And I'm going to show you while there's two trains, one on each line here, one going one way, one the other. While they're going round, now I could have more than just the two, but it's just less things happening, so there's less noise as well. I was going to do it with sound, but again, I thought it'd be better without the sound. But I'm going to drive just a locomotive out of the industry area in America, round the track and back again, while these other two are live and running. Now, they might not be running all the time because depending what I do, might stop them, and they stop in the station area over in that far distance anyway for a certain amount of time. So I'm going to cut out the video where I can to make it as short as possible. But what you can do with iTrain is what you call track routes. And you can make a route where all the points in that route change. It doesn't book the block, but it books the points. And there's going to be a train here going to come out from the lower yard. It doesn't matter if the stuff has come from the upper yard and it's going in that direction. I've just called them that, as in lower yard and upper yard. And these are the track routes. Now, track routes, you can have as many as you want. Absolutely thousands. But that's if you want to drive manually and you want all the points to change and stuff like that. But what happens is, at the moment, these points, that one, that, and those are not booked. There's nothing running. If I press this button here, these buttons you can have anywhere. You can have a list of them down here, just a row of them. And just hover over and it tells you what they are and you can click them. But you can see that they've all been booked now. So I can drive that train out and onto this line. And it will go all the way around, back up here, back onto a different line, and then back into this area and stop up here somewhere, just on the slope what goes up to the upper yard. Now, they've been set up to change from that one first, then that, and this one last. Because someone in America told me that's how a track route is done. Now, the track route might be just 2 points changing, but the one nearest the train is last, as I understand it, by the information I received. So that's why I've done it. And in between each change, there's 200 milliseconds before the next one changes. Now, with my system, I can change 10 points all at once. But if I had, and when I start going into this area here, if I wanted to do automated routes and drive it myself, I could have, 15. It would do a 10 and then a 5. But if I do it so it does it in one after the other, then it's no problem. And when the last one changes, the signal, when there is one, will change to say it can go. And if it was on automation, it wouldn't go until the signal cleared. But it won't go until the points change. So that's its safety bit. So I'm just going to show you it running. There'll be lots of pauses, there'll be bits missing out because you can't see everything, and I'll try and make it so it's as easy to do. I like this journey it has to go on to get onto that line, and that might be to go to the rest of the world down there, to use the Y here, or to go into the fiddle yard. But I just like that. Now when it goes the other way, it's straight out onto the main line, because that's the line nearest to it. I could have put 2 points there, but you're talking another £80 just to put 2 points in, with the motors, the control, the points. So it just wasn't worth it when I had 2 there, and I like that journey, as I said. So let's see them in action. So I've tried to put it in such a way you can see a bit of movement. You'll be able to see them running around here, over there, but that's all. And I'll cut most of the running out. It's just to show you what will happen here, and the other bit where the action is I'll film separately just to show you them stopping on fully automated. So you'll have seen out of the station area 2 trains departed, and you've seen the Amstrad just run round. Now the coal wagon has already stopped in the place. And this is now under my control, the train. And you'll see it come back over here. So here's the Amtrak coming to a stop. The other one hasn't been released out of the station there, but that one is on its way. That will set off. Amtrak has stopped, and that one will be on its way. It's on its way now because it's booked to leave, and it'll stop over there, well, there somewhere, which I'll show you. So here it comes, down here. It's going to come under the mountain, and it'll stop roughly at the tunnel mouth here. Yeah. And I'll stop there and wait for these, for clearance, and then both of these points will change because that train is waiting, and that is. If that wasn't there, then it would only change the point on his side of the road. But there's that going out on its journey, and it would have wagons on and stuff, you know, but just for this demonstration. train's going round. I'll just set the points, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to release the points I'm controlling under that blue button. I'm just going to change these. Ready? So that's released, and that one started and that one started to move. And I'm just going to press that button there, so the train will then come up here and stop. As the train starts to come through the station over here, the one I'm controlling, I will release the other trains. Now I've just slowed my train down because here on this line what joins that point, there's a train coming which you can see over to the right of the screen, the coal train, and that's going to have to stop because these points are booked. And unfortunately I've got there and out of the way before it comes. And if you look over in the distance through the trees on the right, you'll see the Amstrad train coming in. I've stopped mine, and here comes the coal train, and with me being near the phone, it's going to have to stop because the point what it's heading towards is pointing towards my train. And you can see the Amstrad has stopped, Amtrak, sorry, and this is coming to a stop. And if I just go to the screen and release the points, because I have control of those points, and as you can see, it's now going, and I pressed another button which altered the other points, so I can go back to the lower fiddle yard, lower industry, sorry, where the factory for the furniture is. And because the other two are on automatic, as you can see, the Amstrad's set off after its chosen time what iTrain wanted to do. And I've just set a parameter for it to work in, the low and the high. And that will now go on its journey. And the coal wagon stopped and is waiting for clearance. So what I'm going to do this time is that train there, the single locomotive, is going to go the other way, out the other way, while the two are running round on automation. I've stopped them to restart them. I am not going to move this one until the train is coming round over here, and I'll release the Amtrak. So there's just the three trains all moving or not moving together kind of thing. Depends if this one over here stops before the Amtrak gets round to be in the picture. So let's have a go at that. And then you'll see the single one coming back in and going off over here. Going up there. So you can see the coal train going off. And again, I'm going to cut all the running what you can't really see, you know, just to keep the video as short as I can. But I've right enjoyed setting up these track routes and driving a train out onto the main, and iTrain just keeping out of my way basically. But I have to do certain bits to keep out of its way. You know, I can't go in, you know, up behind it if it's on a in a block. I can't join the same block. I've got to keep behind to make it work. As you can see, the coal train is coming round. My train is starting to move forward, and the Amtrak is on a different line totally, so that would just do its running round basically. Eventually there'll be lights saying, you know, stop there and stuff like that. And there's mine, and it'll go all the way around while the Amtrak's doing its thing. And the black one, the coal train, it will not go until I release these, certainly that point, because that's the main one what's changed. And I have noticed it doesn't actually go, even if I release it now this minute, it doesn't go until it can go into the station area where my train is going through. And once it's cleared that, then it goes, because that is classed as a station for it to run to. And I think that's why it does it. So it's going because I've released the points. I knew my train was out of the station area. And now that'll do its thing. It'll wait in the station area for its allocated time it chooses, and mine will just keep running round and we'll end up going back in. My train is coming over the trestle bridge. You can just see the Amtrak in the distance, and you'll see mine. Now, if I was running it round the world, or round the American track, I might drive it out of there on fully automatic and they'll sort themselves out. And there's it gone back up there. And the coal train is starting to move. Now I've released the points back to iTrain, but this point here is still pointing to the line my single train went. The train now, the coal train, will have changed it, which it has just then, and it will go straight on. I don't have to change it back. And it's done that for many reasons. There is a train, my train is on the track in that block, so it ain't going to send it into there because it'll run into the back. And it couldn't change it until it got to that point there, because the block goes from there to that point. So it's really working how it should be, and I just love it. In England and Europe, where there's going to be more industries and more track, you know, there's going to be 4 lines running around England and 4 in Europe. It's going to make you know, like, there's going to be stuff going everywhere. It's going to be ace. So I hope that was interesting to see, and if you can hit the like and subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment. So thanks very much for watching. Bye for now. Bye.